Hi, Helen.
Hi, Rob. We're almost back to normal in schools. No more 1 meter spacing.
I love it. You can see we're very close today.
Did you go to the beach this week?
I did. I went to a new pool this week. It was a little bit rough, but it was great to do something new.
Awesome. I hiked up Lion's Head and did yoga, which was also very cool.
Wow, that's amazing. Good job.
What are we doing today?
Well, something exciting and interesting.
These are all the hook questions from all Coach in the Class's lessons. And every lesson begins with a hook question.
Love it. But what are the question hooks? What are they for?
Why do we even do this?
Yeah, no, totally.
Well, clearly it's to stimulate thinking so that the children are immediately brought up to speed on what we're going to be doing today. And it allows the chance to us to capture any previous knowledge that the children might have on the topic that we're doing today.
Because they don't come to the classroom with no ideas in their heads. They come there with thoughts, experiences, all sorts of
Not
things.
empty vessels, full of knowledge, all right?
Totally.
And so it's really just a part of the lesson where instead of having passive recipients just listening, they get to take part in the lesson from the get-go.
And that means that they invested. Because
Absolutely.
the minute they share something, they want to hear what else does everyone else have to say.
And hopefully there's an element of excitement in what's going down today.
Totally.
So this is what a lesson looks like for Coach in the Class, where we always put out the skills, the resources, the equipment, and then there's that hook question.
Yeah.
If you seal a plant in a jar, can the plant still breathe? Well, if they've heard about terrariums, they might start having a discussion. But as a teacher, I would steer them and say, no, but how does it breathe? And then they say, no, but it's got air and then it reuses the air. No, and then I try and get the whole concept of oxygen at night and carbon dioxide in the day. And, just mess around with them. But here's an example of something you did with grade 6s on how you determine value. And so you said, a fire breaks out in your home. What 3 items, besides your PlayStation, do you grab before you escape? And discuss the reasons for these items being important and having value.
So we're actually we're going to have a discussion in geography about trade and how things are valuable, but we want to make it personal and relevant to the child at the beginning, because that's how they attach meaning to those abstract concepts then.
Absolutely. So this could be as a whole class discussion where the teacher throws it out there. Everybody shares ideas. We all laugh at everyone else's ideas. We can piggyback on some of the suggestions, but you're not going to hear everybody's opinion. You're just going to have a space to allow sort of maybe 5, 10, 11 people to reflect back. You could go into small clusters.
Yeah, or you can do pairs, just a quick share with the person next to you, or the 3 or 4 people that are sitting together in a table. It's just a very quick discussion, not long.
And so going to a small proximity group allows more voices to be heard, more ideas to be shared than the whole class.
And then at the end you can say one idea from that group, one idea,
yes,
so that you
get your best idea.
Like a mixture of input there.
And you're involving more children. Yeah. And then back to another big group thing was to have a piece of newsprint where they could actually brainstorm on the newsprint and then piggyback off each other's ideas.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. And then you've also got a written record of thoughts.
And you can pin that up around the classroom, and that kind of syncs the whole lesson and ties it together.
But this thing isn't a long, I know some teachers are probably thinking, oh, this is a whole lesson.
No. This is 5 to 8 minutes in the beginning just to get everybody fired up and ready for this lesson.
Yeah, absolutely.
But there are definitely other ways, and there's definitely value to these hook questions, as we can see from one of the teachers who shared what she liked about our Coach in the Class things, and particularly the hook questions.
And I think what they enjoyed most was those hook questions. They just came up with the most amazing ideas, and in fact, they didn't have to write so much. They were able to be creative and put their thoughts in short, succinct ways. And I think what they enjoyed most was those hook questions.
Not moving on.
Well, I think it was just so cool. So you can see she used stick 'em up post-it there, where the children were writing individual ideas. So she might have posed the question and then said to the children, you've each got 3 sticky notes.
Yeah.
Put your ideas on the sticky notes. And of course, this was an EJEC topic. And I don't know if you saw 2 of the awesome questions were what games or what did children do in their free time, which would be lovely.
So the actual question hook for this lesson was, if you could ask an ancient Egyptian 3 questions, what would they be?
All right. And the other one I loved was, how do you speak hieroglyphics? How do you speak hieroglyphics? Owl, column, whatever.
I love it.
So, of course, that's engaging children. And, of course, asking questions is a critical way to start the lesson. So, of course, you can use stick-em-ups and you can put them up on the wall, or you can just share them in your group, which is a great way. But, of course, there is a digital manner of going into stick-em-ups, and that would be our Jamboard. So if we want to have a look at a Jamboard, you need to go to your drive. And from your drive, wherever you are, you have to go new and then come down to more. And then you need to look for a Google Jamboard. Yeah. And now you will get a Google Jamboard coming up.
Yeah, and that creates it in your drive.
Exactly. And then you're going to name that Jamboard. And you can make more slides over here, and this is where the children interact. But clearly, we've created a Jamboard with the specific idea that Robin can show you how we move into it. So this would be the question, and you can either put it as a background, which we've done, or you could simply get a sticky note over here and put the question on a sticky note and paste it in the corner. And then the children obviously are going to answer this question, whatever it was. I always stick it in the top corner. The kids know where to find it. And then they will respond. Yeah. So this question was, the fire broke out in your home. What 3 items? I'm going to take a sticky note. I'm choosing pink this time. And I'm going to say all my photo albums. And then when I've done it, I go save, or I just click out of the space. And then I move it. Now, someone said she'd grab her dog. Well, that's Robin. She's on the same page as me. She also said, not my brother, he's afraid. And so do you see how I can move them around? And so can Robin. And generally, I always find one person in the class likes to move them around and tidy them all up and make them all the same size. And I love that. But of course, you don't have to.
No, totally.
And notice here, we've got 2 pages and 3 pages. So in case we run out, we've got more pages with the same question up here. Yeah. But how did we share it for Robin to come on? Well, there's a big share button over here. And you simply go share. And it says here, restricted, only people added can open this link. Change to anyone with the link. And over here now, we would say anyone with the link. And we don't only want them to view it. We want them to be able to edit, to write it. All right. And then now I've updated the permissions. Anybody with that can use it. Yeah. I also go here and I copy the link. And once I've got the link copied, I paste it into a Google Classroom assignment. And my children pick it up from there. And then they come on to my site.
Or you can email it to them as well.
Exactly. But I find that such a pain, because if you just paste it into your Google Classroom, everyone clicks on the link and everybody gets access. And notice that they're all going to be editors, because we want them to contribute. Yeah. So to show you an example of something that I did this week, yesterday, in fact, hot off the press, was the question as you know, I told you I always put in the top corner. What original ideas do you have in helping South Africa move away from coal energy? And so these were all of their answers. Biomass, and we don't worry about spelling, okay? Yeah. Water power, use power from tomatoes, from the
tornadoes.
Sorry. Hello.
You need new glasses, Helen.
I think South Africans should put water turbines into oceans.
Wow.
I like that. And I try to go to different
pages.
Yes, pages, but clearly I can't. I know each page had a different question.
Yeah.
And one of them was something amazing. This person said, create mini tornadoes from which to generate power. So man-made controllable man-made tornadoes. So this was a brainstorm open-ended using how are we going to spend the 8.5 billion that COP28 gave South Africans?
And you can see there's so many ideas here. You'd never be able to hear all these ideas in the classroom.
But you're getting them, and we can read them all. And of course, if it's on a Google Classroom, my kids can go home and continue to add from home or read them at home.
And then what's also great about this is that you can then reorganize into categories your little sticky notes.
Yes, so you could drag them and put them. Yes, very nice. A nice way of doing that. So finally, what is it all about? Well, keep your questions open-ended. We don't want yes and no's, okay? I mean, we do need yes, but that kind of
But
thing.
then with a reason.
And also, if someone gives you a really silly answer, which is just steer them in the right direction, help them refine their answer or put it into words, because sometimes they don't know how to say it correctly. Okay?
Yes, yeah.
Like, you're on the right track, good thinking, but you know what? I'm not sure that that's possible. Okay.
Or who else can add to that idea
Good
to
idea.
clarify it?
And we're doing this to keep them part of the discussion, because
Yeah.
if you shut them down, you're not going to have kids wanting to debate with you.
And also that develops their verbalizing what they're thinking.
And
Some of them come with very poor verbal skills.
I always accept their answer and say, great. However,
Yes.
I always honor the answer before,
Yes.
so that you're recognizing that they're trying to contribute and be an active participant in your lesson. On a deep and unusual answers, probe more and say, gee, why do you say that? That's interesting. And,
Yeah.
be interested in what they have to say. Engage in their response. Respond to their suggestions. Say, and have a good laugh or whatever. Help them elaborate on the ideas. And I say, oh, that's a good idea. But you know what? I would refine it and I'd actually do that and that and that.
Yeah.
And then what we're really trying to do is demonstrate collaborative discussions to the
Yes.
children, so that they feel part of it, they feel welcome, and they feel safe to contribute.
And that that they can contribute.
Yes.
Because there's often children that will go through their entire schooling career too shy to contribute.
Totally. And so there's also time to think. And that's why sometimes those sticky notes are cool,
Yeah.
because the quieter person can contribute in
Totally.
a quiet manner.
Totally. So we'd love it if you took a question hook out of one of our lessons that you are busy using at the moment. There are quite a few schools using our lessons, which is awesome. We love it. We love to get feedback from you, and Jamboard it and then screenshot and send it to us, or give us some feedback about the responses that you've had.
Lovely to see someone else's Jamboard.
Yes, absolutely. And just to remind you about what is available currently on our website.
For term 1, what a load of hard work looks at me here.
And yeah, very exciting and interesting and engaging lessons throughout all of these modules.
Awesome work.
So Helen, we will
See you soon.
See you soon. And please send us some feedback, screenshots,
on
videos.
the lessons, yes.
We love seeing that, and we love sharing with
Sharing
everyone
it.
else. So have a great weekend, and we'll see